Good evening. Briefly, I'm going to be speaking about Pep Guardiola, the current manager of Man City. As we all know, recently, Man City were knocked out of the Champions League by Lyon, losing 3-1 in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And this has led to a wide discussion on whether Guardiola has underachieved at Man City, because for a club that has a vast amounts of money and has world-class players like Kevin De Bruyne, Aguero, Bernardo Silva, etc., you would expect them to at least get to semi-finals or final, or win the Champions League. But that hasn't been the case. Just hasn't been the case. And so it's led to many people, many football fans, to state that Guardiola is overrated because he always needs money to succeed. He hasn't gone to a club where he doesn't have the financial resources, as was the case with Jurgen Klopp. You could argue that was the case for Wenger for a period of time, for Alex Ferguson even. And so therefore, a lot of fans are kind of viewing him as one of the best in the world, like an elite manager, but he has to have a certain amount of money pumped into his signings that he makes for him to succeed, for him to show how great he is. Because people are stating, rightly so, that he hasn't won a Champions League title without Messi, Xavi and Iniesta. It's been 9 years since Pep has won the Champions League. And if you look at his years at Bayern, yeah, they won the league. They won league titles there. He won league titles there for Bayern. They, as always, they dominated, winning German Cup as well, along with it. But he didn't win Champions League, getting knocked out by Atletico Madrid. So, in one of those seasons. So, and then, now he's in Man City. I mean, his first year, which was the 2016-2017 season in the Champions League, they got knocked out by Monaco, which he won that year. Monaco won the league title, and of course, Mbappe was the main star. The year after that, Man City in the Champions League again. They were not knocked out in the quarterfinals against Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. And that year, the Liverpool team of that year was not as lethal as they were this season. As we've seen them just win the league by storm. That Liverpool team was an exciting team, but they weren't a world-class team. They were not. They still had weaknesses, but Man City lost to them 3-0 in the first leg, and I think 2-1 in the second leg. I'm not exactly sure, someone correct me if I'm wrong. But so Guardiola again gets knocked out of the Champions League with Man City by Liverpool. Last season, well, in 2018-2019 season in Champions League, in the quarterfinals again, they were knocked out by Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs have some good players, of course. Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura, Alderweireld, how you say his name? How you say his name? I'm sure people listening will get who I'm trying to refer to. Yang Vertonghen. I mean, he's not as good as he used to be, but he's still quality. Christian Eriksen at the time was still playing for them. The first leg, Man City lost 1-0. Aguero missed the penalty. Then the second leg, Tottenham win by away goals. 3-3, I believe. Yeah, Tottenham won by away goals. And a last minute Sterling goal was cancelled by VAR. And yet again, Man City got knocked out. And Tottenham went on to go play in the semi-final. So, and then this season, they've been knocked out again in the quarterfinals by Lyon. This to finish 7th in League One, thanks to the COVID shutdown. But nevertheless, Man City, on paper, are a better team than Lyon. And even though Lyon beat them in the group stages, I still expected Man City to get through. I still expected Pep Guardiola to put in useful tactics that would help defeat Lyon in the quarterfinals on Saturday, I think it was. And so, but that wasn't the case. And everyone's going on memeing Sterling's open goal miss going over the bar. But really, it shouldn't have gotten to that point. There were some tactical changes that Guardiola made which confused a lot of fans, especially Man City fans, as to what he was doing. And so, therefore, in the first half, Lyon took the lead. Man City didn't look as if they looked very laboured, very toothless in attack. But that changed in the second half. But unfortunately, Lyon counter-attacked and scored 2 more goals to win the game. And so, even though, and that was after Man City equalised through Kevin De Bruyne. But the point is, Guardiola certainly made mistakes in that game. Especially, I would say, at least against Monaco, he should have went through. Even though Monaco had a good year that year. Against Liverpool, in fact, all the years that he's been at Man City, he should have gone through, because on paper, Man City have the better personnel, they have the better players, but they've fallen short. And each stage has been, 3 of the stages have been at the quarterfinals. The first one against Monaco was at the knockout stages. So yeah, it's pretty underwhelming considering how high we rate Guardiola. But now, I suspect that Klopp is now seen as the better manager, because he's been at a club where he doesn't have the financial resources that Guardiola has. He doesn't have that money investment at his disposal like Guardiola did at Man City, like he did at Bayern Munich. So that's why Klopp, in a way, is seen in higher regard than Guardiola, I would assume. And so, because obviously, like I said before, Klopp had no resources at Dortmund, yet he won back-to-back league titles. And of course, he's had money pumped into him at Liverpool, but in comparison to Man City, it's nothing. So therefore, I think Guardiola, from a segment of fans, he's viewed as overrated. We all appreciate his greatness at a domestic level with Man City. They're the first team in English history to win the league title by 100 points. That's amazing. That's great. Won it again, retained the title last year, 2019. Back-to-back is always good. But there's always been a bit of an asterisk with Guardiola. Can he win? Can he prosper without Messi, Xavi and Iniesta? Can he win the Champions League to at least kind of maintain the argument that he's he's way better than Jurgen Klopp? Can he? Because quite frankly, this defeat to Lyon FC has really, for a brief moment, tainted his legacy as one of the best managers of all time. And it's not a good look. And also, we're hearing from various media outlets that some City players are losing faith in him. They're losing, they're in a way kind of questioning his tactics, secretly at least, or they're kind of becoming disillusioned with some of the decisions that he's made. And so clearly this is what led to this is probably one of the fundamental things that's led to the debate if Pep Guardiola is overrated as a manager. So that's all I have to say. Take care. God bless. Have a nice one.